Welcome back. We're now on to episode 8 of Girls. The season is
episode 8 of season 4.
So first off, there were a bunch of revelations in this episode.
Quite a few very big revelations. Actually, maybe just one really, really big one.
Elijah was right. Hannah's dad is gay, and he came out in this episode. Why we mentioned Elijah was Elijah actually predicted this way back in season 1.
A long time ago.
When he came out to Hannah, and they had a big fight, and his sort of parting fuck you to her was, your dad is gay. But on the other hand, and it was an interesting thing, and we did have this hint of it way back in season 1, but we're on to season 4 now, and because of that, and because we hadn't been focusing on this, it did seem to come a little bit out of nowhere. Girls has a tendency to introduce these big, serious, life-changing things. I'm thinking about Hannah's OCD in season 2, that sort of are a little bit teased, but then when they come, they're sort of like dropped like a bomb. It's like, whoa, okay, we're gonna be spending a lot of time with this.
They kind of played the long game here, I think, with Elijah saying in season 1, your dad is gay, and then being right 3 seasons later. That's, you know, that's enough of a seed planted that I'm okay with it. I liked this.
I agree, but I also, I wonder if, obviously we're not in the writer's room, but I sometimes wonder if this came out of a need for like, a planning ahead, being like, okay, we dropped that in season 1, we're gonna we're gonna bring it up some point later, or it just sort of was like, oh yeah, we dropped that in season 1. Like,
we could pick this up, I suppose.
Like, we need another drama for Hannah now that she's back in New York. Like, we need something to throw her for a loop that's not Adam. So let's do this. Which brings us to, I think, one of our cringes of the week. I think there were multiple cringes of the week. Hannah takes her high school friend, Cleo, who is played by Maud Apatow, executive producer Judd Apatow's daughter. They decide to basically play hooky and go get something pierced.
Go get piercings together, because this is what we all do with our 17-year-old friends.
Maybe it's very much for Hannah being back in high school. She's cutting class, she's having fun, and it's the worst thing ever happens, which is that they decide to get these under the tongue piercings. It's like, and it is gross and disgusting and looks painful.
This was my cringe of the week. I think it was my cringe of the month, of the show, of TV ever, maybe. This was my cringe of ever.
It was really gruesome. For a show that's not known for being gruesome, it was gruesome.
It was pretty excruciating.
It put piercing in a really bad light. And
of course, the bigger cringe there too is that Hannah sees this happen and then says, nope, I'm not doing it.
Are you gonna go now? Fuck no.
Moving away from the Hannah world, there's another sort of cringeworthy moment, not as physically painfully cringy as the piercing moment, which actually made me want to cover my eyes.
More existentially cringy, right?
Existentially cringy. Shoshana is on a date with Scott, played by Jason Ritter, and it's going really nicely, and then sort of out of nowhere, Shoshana tells him,
I want to know more about the future of your cock.
It's not like she sort of sidles up to him and sort of does dirty talk. She literally just says this point blank. It's a weird random moment, which sometimes Shoshana has, and I don't know. I want to know what you think, because these moments bug me.
Shoshana says this thing that, it comes out of her mouth, and you can tell it does not really belong to her. Didn't come from her brain. Didn't come from something that she organically came up with, right? And so you can tell that she's been talking to someone about how do you talk to guys? What do guys want to hear?
And then, I think the sweet thing about it is he sort of shrugs that off and points out the fact that Josh Charles is at the bar, and then they talk about The Good Wife. Marnie and Desi.
Me and Desi had a big moment this week.
Had a big moment. They, seems like it's going terribly at first, and then they get engaged.
And then they get engaged because, when you're about to break up, why not?
Even in the previous episode, Marnie basically admitted that he was an asshole and didn't like
Said
being
it to her
with
friends.
Him. We've talked about this, how this year we've seen moments of these yeah, fuck yeah, Marnie, you're awesome type of moments. But she also has undercurrents. She wants this is part of the path that she maybe envisions for herself, she wanted this type of commitment from Charlie.
Yeah.
And she's getting that even though Desi is a total dick.
He's kind of a tool, yeah. So I guess next week and in the coming weeks, we'll see how far Marnie and Desi get with their new engagement.
Until next week.
We'll see you soon.
Bye.